Hello developers, you are highly welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to be building a fintech application using just HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and guys, trust me, you will love it. So this project is a modern project and it has smooth transition effect. Look at it, awesome. It also has a 3D Visa card. We're going to be creating this 3D Visa card in this tutorial. Look at it. It's very smooth and very cool. And it also has charts on it. Take a look at the charts. And when I hover, look at the T-tip coming out with smooth transition effect. Guys, you have a lot to learn in this tutorial. Take a look at it. This is very sleek, smooth, and modern. All right. So we're going to be creating this, and it also has a dark mode. All right. So we'll be learning how to create the dark mode and the light mode, and it is very easy and simple. This project is also very responsive. It fits perfectly well on both mobile and tablet, and it's very responsive. Take a look at it. Very responsive. So we'll be learning how to do all of this. Look at the sidebar, the dark mode, and it's just awesome. It just look very cool and good. All right, so without wasting too much time, let's get started with the coding. Guys, if you are still watching this video to this extent and you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe now. The best way to say thank you to me is by subscribing to my channel. Go ahead, subscribe to this channel, and also make sure you comment under this video and like the video so that YouTube will recommend this video to more and more people. Guys, help me grow on YouTube by subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys, and let's get started right now.
I'll be using VS Code for this project, and here is Firefox browser that I'll be using to preview the project. Alright, so now let's go ahead and create a new project. So click on this Explorer icon and let's click on Open Folder here, and let's come to Desktop here, and I'm going to create a new folder called 9B. Alright, and let's create it. And let's go ahead and hit on open to open it as a root folder. So now that it is open as a root folder, let's go ahead and create the first file, which is index.html. So here, right here in the index.html, let's create HTML structure. Okay, so this is HTML structure, and let's change this to non-p. Just say like this. Now P is a payment, let's say platform. Okay, and that is awesome. Now let's go ahead and preview this. We're going to be using an extension to preview this. The extension we're going to be using to preview this is called Live Preview. So make sure you install this extension. Immediately you install this extension, you are going to find this icon on your VS Code. Go ahead, click on that icon, and we're going to copy this and let's paste it here, and then let's close this one that is in our VS Code. So I'm going to close this one, and that is it. So we are now previewing this our code here. For example, if I say hello, please subscribe for more tutorials. Alright, tutorials, and look at it. So you see, anything we write here is being previewed here. All right. So and whenever we make changes here, it will be preview here. That is the work of the live preview. All right. So let's go ahead and delete this, and we are going to create a folder. Let's create a folder. Let's call it CSS. Awesome. So inside this folder, let's create what we're going to call it is index.css. Index.css. Okay. And now let's come over here and add that index.css. I'm going to say link. Let's change this to .css and index.css, and that is cool, guys. That is awesome. So we have the index.css in our code right now, and we can go ahead, go to index.css and do some things. Okay. The first thing is to experiment, but before now, everything is connected. Let's change the body. Let's see if it will work. So let's change the background to, let's say, blue. As you can see, it's connected very well. So let's clear this off and come back to here. So I'm going to close this for now, and right here we are going to create the sidebar. So I'm going to comment, and let's call it sidebar start. Okay, and there's the sidebar end here. So let's go ahead and create something very amazing. So I'm going to start by saying aside, and within the aside we're going to create logo. So now we're going to be using icon as logo here, and to do that we're going to be using an icon library called Lucid icon. So let's go to this browser and let's search for lucid.dev. So here, this is the icon we're going to be using, the icon library. So first of all, let's go ahead and click on package. We want to install it on our JS project, and let's click on guide. So the first thing we need to do is to copy this, but let's just come over here and copy this one. Let's copy this code here. Okay, let's copy the code, and now let's come to our project, and right before the closing body tag right here, let's paste that code. Awesome. So this will be the URL to the Lucid icon. All right, Lucid icons I inclusion. Let's call it inclusion. Okay, that is cool. So now what we're going to do is, if you take a look at here, we create an icon, we then copy the link of the icon and add to it. So here I'm going to create something that makes sense. So I'm going to create and I'm going to add data lucid. Okay, so to get the icon that I'm going to be adding, I'm going to come back here and I'll click on icon. Okay, I'm going to click on icon and I'm going to search for an icon called loader. Okay, this loader, I'm going to use this one, so I'll click on this. So right here you see this, it shows me the name. I'll just click here to copy the name and I'll paste it right here. Awesome. So look at it, you see how it looks like. That is cool. And I'm going to give it some other class name, but before then let's take a look at how it looks like on the browser. So look at the icon appeared here on the browser and it's looking good. Now let me give it some class name. I'm going to give it a class name of primary, and also give it a logo icon class. So later we're going to be using the class to style it. Now the next thing we need to do is to use h1. I'm going to write now, and I'm going to say span dot primary. So though we don't have this primary class, and I'm going to write p here. Awesome, that is cool. So we are done with that, the logo. The next thing we're going to do is let's create the tabs. So here in the tabs, we are going to create a tab. Okay, within this tab, we are going to see anchor tag. I'm going to just place this there, and I'm going to give it a class name of item. And right within it, we are going to create icon, and we're going to use data lucid on it. So the next thing we're going to do is to create h1. Okay, and that is cool. So what I will do right now before we proceed is to duplicate this. All right, I will duplicate it. Let me copy it. Let me duplicate it. Sorry. So we duplicate it. Uh, let's duplicate it again. Duplicate it again. So we have this from here to here, from here to here. You see it, we duplicate it to multiple times. So let's start with this first one. So this first one, I'm going to look for an icon called dash, let's say dashboard. Okay, and I'm going to use this one. So copy it. I will just you see it, I'll click here and copy it. But if we expand this very well, you see that it looks somehow cool. So let's paste that here. Okay, and I'm going to write here dash dot. Okay, now for the second one, okay, I'm going to use uh I'm going to use another one to be able to do that. So to do that, I'm going to come back to icon here, and we're going to search for another icon. Let's call it message. Okay, so I'm going to use this message cycle, and I'm going to copy this, and let's come over here, paste it, and I'm going to call this one message. Okay, messages. So for these messages, I'm going to be adding something here using let's use something called div. Let's say count. So for the count, I'm going to just say 9 plus, okay, for the messages. Now the next one we are going to add is the invoice. So let me just say invoices. I will not be searching again where you can search for the icon yourself. I will just go straight and write the icon name. You can actually do that yourself. So just use code test here. And the next one, I'm going to copy this again and duplicate them all. So this one will be, let's say, wallet. Okay, and let's call it wallet here. Okay, the next one will be, let's call it chat colon. Then let's say big, and let's call it analytics here. Okay, and the next thing we are going to do is let's copy this one and let's duplicate them all, and let's change this to something like monitor dot here, and I'm going to call it my activity. Okay, now this one, let's go ahead and call it let's see settings, and let's see settings here. Okay, and that is cool. Now we are done with this. Let's just remove this one, okay, because that will be enough. So look at it. Okay, so for this first one, look at where it stopped. So for this first one, the dashboard, I'm going to add here. Let me add active to here. Okay, that is for the dashboard. No, no, no. Okay, yeah. Let's remove it from here. Okay, we remove it from here. We add it here. Let's add it here. Active. Awesome. So that is cool. Let's take a look at it. So you see how it looks like. That is awesome. Now, after this, let's come over here and we're going to create another thing. Let's create button. Okay, so here in the button, we are going to create number one is item. Let's say item tabs. Then I'm going to create an item tab. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and create this icon. I'm going to say data. You'll see it again. So here I'm going to use hand helping. Okay, and I'm going to also use let's say h3 here, h3. Okay, and we are going to call it something like gate help. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate this and let's change this to something like let's change this one and let's say sign no, and let's say here let's call it 10. Okay, so before we continue, you see this h1 here, or this h1, or this h1, let's change it to another 10. It shouldn't be h1, so I'm going to click this, use Ctrl D to select all the h1 here. Okay, oh sorry, let me try again. Oops. All right, so let's come back here. Let's change this one, h1, 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 h, command E. Okay, so let's change it to h3. Awesome. So instead of being h1, it is now h3 for all of them. So you see, we have changed them. So the only h1 we have here is the logo. So now that we are done with the items tab, let's come down here. Okay, we are going to create dot user. So for the user, we are going to create dot profile, and within this profile, we are going to be adding an image. So right now, I'm going to open this, and I'm going to create a new folder. Sorry, it has to be here. I'm going to create a new folder called assets. So for the image we're going to be making use of, if you check the description section of this video, you're going to see the links to the images, or the images we're going to make use of. So these are the images we're going to be making use of. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to go ahead and copy them. Now let me go to where I created that folder, the project. Look at it here on the desktop, and here is the asset folder. And let's go ahead and paste those images within. Awesome. So now you see here we have all the images we are going to be making use of. All right, so this is cool. Now here I can now include that image, the profile. So I'm going to say asset, then let's say profile. Okay, awesome, and that is cool. Now the next thing we're going to do after the profile is let me close this. I'll say here, let's say details. And here in the details, we're going to use h4.name. Let me just call it Emmanuel. Emmanuel is here. Okay. Here I'm going to also say p.method and let's write user. Okay. And that is awesome. So we are done with this sidebar of the thing, the HTML, and look at it how it looks like. It doesn't look good at all, and that is bad. So now let's go ahead and write some CSS code. So before we start writing code for this sidebar, let's first of all come here in the index.css and write some code. So here we're going to write the general style. So first of all, let's come to the browser and let's add a new tab. Let's search for font.google.com. Okay, so right here we are going to add some font. So the font we're going to add, let's search for pop in. Okay, so look at this pop in. We click on it, and okay, let's add it. So you see it's been added. Here, look at it. It's called pop in. Now we have added it to here. Now let's come back again to the font and let's search for another one. Let's call it heater. Okay, so look at it here. Let's click on it and let's say get font. You see it has been also added. Look at the heater here. Look at the pop in, and let's go back again and let's search for another font. Let's say Robo2. Okay, so for this Robo2, look at it here and let's click on get font, and you see it has also been added. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now let's click on here, get embed code. Okay, so before we get embed code, let's configure these pop-ins. Let's configure the style for the pop-in. All right, so for this pop-in, let's configure the style. So for the pop-in, I'm going to remove this. Let's see, we remove this, and I'm going to change some things here. Uh, okay, so I'm going to select this one, and I'm also going to select this and this, and also this and this. Okay, so that is cool, guys. That is cool. So we have that there, and that is awesome, guys. That is awesome. So what we're going to do now is to come here, switch to add imports, and we're going to copy this link. And as we copy the link, let's come back to our code. We have copied the link, and let's paste it here. Okay, and that is awesome. I'm going to remove this, and we have the font in our code right now. So if you take a look, we have it right here. We have pop-ins and we have Roboto. Now the next thing we're going to do is variables. Here, variables. So the variables we're going to be using is here. I'm going to just copy these variables and make use of it right here. So I'm going to paste it. So these are the variables we are going to be making use of in this project. Now, this project is going to be light and dark mode. So on the dark mode, we are going to switch it to this variable, all right? But this one will be for the general, and it also works for the light mode. So when we get to switching to dark mode, we'll take a look at that. So, but right now, you see everything just look the way it looks like. Nothing changed, and we need to work on this. So before now, let's go ahead and write some general styles. So let's say general styles. Okay. So let's say padding 0, padding 0, box sizing border box, and let's give it a border of 9, and outline of 9, and let's say HTML here. So I'm going to give this a height of 100 ph. The font family we're going to give it is each root of the guy, and if the root is not there, just add some serif. Now the next thing we are going to do is to give it a background of var, let's say UI base. So this UI base, look at the declaration of the variable here. So right here you see it's white, but right here you see that it turns to dark color. All right, so look at it, and we're going to say overflow hidden, but overflow y, let's say auto color, and let's say bar yes color. That is cool. That is awesome, guys. So next, let's go ahead and give this let's say color here, and we're going to say bar yes color, and that's decoration, and also let's start the H2. So for the H2, we're going to do the font weight of 500 and font size of 17 pb. Okay, let's start H3. Okay, so for this H3, we're going to give it a font weight of 500 also, and the font size of 15 pb. That is awesome, guys. Now next is 4. We need to start H4 also. So for the H4, let's just give it a font of 400. And the next thing we need to start is the image. So for the image, let's give it a name of 100%, and the minimum height, let's say vertical height 100%, and minimum height to 100%. Also, let's give it an object space, and let's color, and it is free for block. Awesome. Now the next thing we need to work on is the button. So we leave it a background of transparent, and also let's give it a console of parental, and that is cool. Now the next one we want to work on is the input. So for the input, we are going to give it a rate of 100%, and also give it overflow of hidden, and also give it a background of transparent, and the height of 40 pixels. Also we're going to give it padding of 10 pixels. Then font, let's give it a font size of 15 pixels, and color of text color. Now let's try the input placeholder. We're going to say the placeholder will have the color of
bar, text color, opacity of 1. Now the next thing is let's start the primary. So for the primary, we're going to create the column of bar primary, and let's start the meter. So we're going to give it a color of bar text meter. Awesome. Now the next thing we're going to do is let's start the subset. So we want to see color bar all the subsets here. Then after the subset, let's start the danger. And let's see it will be color danger. Now after that, let's start the warning. And let's see color. We are going to see color warning. Look at it here. Awesome. So after this warning, let's now select the profile. Okay. And let's give it a weight of 3.8 rand, and also the height of 3.8 rand. And let's copy this, duplicate it, and make some changes. I'm just going to duplicate, and I'm going to change this to name, and also name, and this one to math, and also math. Awesome. So the next thing we need to do is overflow healing, and let's do it the border radius of 50%. So after this, let's select what we call an icon wrapper. For this icon wrapper, we're going to give it a padding of 10 pixels. Then after the icon wrapper, we are going to select rounded icon VPN. So I'm going to just copy this, right, and paste it here. And let's go ahead and modify this. So I'm going to just modify it to the C. Okay, and that is cool. So what we're going to do is that we're going to give it a border radius of 100%, and also a display of flex, and align items of center, and justify items of center also. And let's give it a background of bar UI secondary, and let's give it a cursor pointer. So after this, we're going to say render, then select the icon again. We're going to give it a width of 18 pixels, and also a height of 18 pixels. Awesome. So now the next thing is let's select the BTN. And for this BTN, we are going to give it a padding of 15 pixels, 20 pixels, and let's give it a border radius. So the border radius I'm going to give it is 20 pixels, and let's give it a font size of 16 pixels, and then also let's give it a background of bar UI secondary, and let's display it to the inline flex. Now let's find another one. Let's say BTN primary. So for this BTN primary, we are going to give it a background of bar primary, and the color of bar okay, color white. Awesome. Now take a look at the style. So this is the general style. Awesome, guys. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, it's already affecting our the look of the page. So let's go ahead and close this. So right here now, I'm going to create a file called main.css. So let's say main.css here. And as usual, let's come here and add it. So we're going to add link here to a CSS file called uh, CSS main.css. So you see we have added main.css here. Now let's come to the main.css. So here we are going to be styling uh, the sidebar. So we're going to style this. So let's first of all comment. Let's say sidebar start. Okay. Let's just do this. So I'm going to bring this down and I'm going to write sidebar and here. So I'm going to select the aside and we're going to give it a width of 250 into the height of 100%. Also, let's give it a minimum height of 100 VH and let's display it to be flex and let's give it a flex direction of colon and we justify let's say space between justify content space between align the items to be stretched and let's go ahead and give it a transition and let's say var transition and also let's give it a pattern right of 20 degree and a border uh, right. So for the border right, we're going to say solid 2.5 pixel, then bar border. Okay. Now the next thing is let's position it to be fixed and let's give it a left of 0 and a top of 0 and to Z index of 100, Z index of 100 and a background of bar, let's say UI base and also let's give it overflow of hidden and overflow y of auto. Okay, awesome. So you see how everything is coming into place. So now let's start the logo. So as for the logo, let's display it to be flex and let's align the items. Sorry, align the items to the center and let's give it a gap of 5 people and let's give it a front family of pizza. Okay, and also let's give it a pattern of 20 people. Also, so the next thing is to style the logo icon. So for the logo icon, I'm going to give it a weight of 30 pixels and also height of 30 pixels. That is awesome. So let's now style the tabs. So let's say tabs. Okay, so for the tabs, I'm going to give it a flex of 1 and also let's give it a margin of 20 pixels. Awesome. Now, now that we have the tabs style, let's go ahead and style the tab itself and the tabs. So I'm going to give it a pattern length of 20 pixels and the position ability, and also imagine of temperature 0, and also point out. Now we can now see that tab, the one that has active on it, then we're going to add after to the class to it. We're going to leave the content this empty content, we position it to be absolute, and we do the top of 0 and also the left of 0. And what we need to do is to be height of 100%, for video, and the background of the bar finally, and let's give it the border radius of 0, 20 people, 20 people there. It's awesome. So can you see that tiny thing there, this tiny thing there? It's making sense right now. So let's see aside the start dot item. So for this, we're going to display the item to the plus, okay, and we are going to align the item to the center. Also, let's give it a gap of something like 7 people, and let's give it a padding of 10 people, and also let's give it the color of the bar text with 80, and let's give it the color radius of 21 people, and the transition, let's give it the transition of bar or transition. Awesome. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to say aside, let's tab, let's item, over. So over of this, we need to do something. So first of all, let's start by changing the background to var UI. Let's say UI secondary. Okay. And also let's change the color to var text color. And let's also transform it. So we transform it, we translate the text to 10 people. And that is awesome, right? Now, for the aside, and let's say the tab dot active. Okay, we are going to style the item to have the background of our video. So we're going to say that, let's say summary of video, and let's give it 0.1, and let's give it the color of wow. Now, awesome. Now you see this, and the cover that is awesome, guys. Awesome. So let's type this count over here. So I'm going to see here. Okay, let's say aside, then let's start. Alright, dot item dot count. So for the count, we're going to give it the background of graph summary, and the padding of 5 people, 6 people, and the color radius of 50 people, and also the color of graph color white, and we are going to give it the margin left on auto, so that we actually do it outside, and let's give it the front side of both people, Awesome. So you see how it's looking. This is cool, guys. And that is awesome. So it's looking good. So the next thing we need to do is to apply the button. So I'm going to say aside and button. After this bottom of the thing, we need to give it a padding multiplicator. Also, let's say the item tabs. So for the item tab, we're going to give it a margin of 22 to 0. And let's say item tab and the item tab itself. So for this guy, we're going to display to the left. We're going to align the item to the center. And let's give it a gap of 10 to 0 and the margin of 10 to 0. And next, let's give it a cursor of pointer like cool. Awesome. So now let's say assign that user. So for the user, it displays to reflect also align the items to the center and give it a gap of 7 people. And that is cool also. So that is that for now. And we are going to come back to this later on. But if you take a look, it makes sense. See, it makes a lot of sense. Cool guy. Awesome. So we will write the responsive code later on. For now, this is what we have for this. So I'm going to come back to this and let's write another code. So what I'll do is I'll hold here straight, clicking here will screen the code. So let's go to other section.
So let me shape this down very well. Now let's create the main. So here, before I even create this main, let me just say main container start. And let's write the end. Okay. So I'm going to create main, and within this main, like a comment. Let's say navbar start and navbar end. So here I'm going to create a navbar using nav, and here I'm going to create the logo. But before we have the logo created already, so this is the logo here. I will copy this logo. Let's squeeze this back, and I'm going to paste it here. Awesome. So this is cool, guys. So the next thing we need to do right now is after that logo, let's create the search bar. So here in the search bar, let's create an input, and we're going to give it placeholder of search history. Okay. And the next thing we need to do is to provide an icon wrapper. So within this icon wrapper, we're going to use an icon. Let's call it data seed search. That's why I search here. That is awesome, guys. That is cool. So after the search bar, let's come down here and let's create a user again. Okay, so for this user, I'm going to create an icon wrapper. So here is going to contain data. Let's see it. Let's call it bell ring. So for this bell ring, that is it. And next, let's create a profile. So within this profile, we create img and go to assets and search for profile and add it. So after that, I'm going to create something here using label. First of all, this before I create this, let's come up here. Let's come to this section. I'm going to create an input here. We're going to change this to check plus, and let's give it an ID of let's see, let's call it toggle sidebar. Okay, toggle sidebar. So for this toggle sidebar, you can see to it here. I'm going to, in fact, let's copy this. Okay, and let's paste it here. Okay, and right within this, I'm going to create an icon. So let's call it data receipt. Let's say menu. So I'm going to give this guy some class name. I'm going to call it let's say rounded icon btn, and also the menu btn also. So before we continue with any other thing, let's come to our code and write some code. So I'm going to show you this. So you see everything is hidden right within here. I'm going to come here. Let's say main container start. Okay. And also edit here. Okay, so right now I'm going to select main and I'm going to give it a path left of 2 0 and also give it 100% and max load of 100 view loads. Let's write what that means. Import build. Okay. The next thing we need to do is right here. Let's say okay. So right here I'm going to say number starts number in here. So I'm going to select the nav here. Okay. So look at how everything comes in to this place. So I'm going to start with the nav right now. This is nav. We need to display it to the field. We also need to align the items to the center. It's right contains flash. And also let's give it a gap of 30. And adding people and also. That's cool. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to hide the logo. So let's say nav logo. So we're going to give it a margin right of auto. Makes sense that way. And the next thing we need to do is we also need to go ahead and display it to only show it on mobile. Okay. Then the next thing we need to do is let's say now here and let's select search bar and also let's say again now and let's select the user. So we're going to display this both too place and align the items to the center. Awesome. So the next thing we need to do is let's just select the nav and the search bar itself. So for the search bar, I'll just go to border, solid 180, and say wow. And the next thing we need to do is to create a then video. Add video. The next thing we need to do is say nav, let's say contributor, and let's give it a data. Awesome. Now, take a look. We have this menu picture here, and when we click on it, you see we can use it to toggle this on and off. Look at it, it's on and off, and that is cool. So we're going to hide this, but to do that, let's come to here. Let's come here. So let's come here, and you see in our navbar we need to select this, and we need to hide this, but about hiding it, we are not going to just use display, but all we're going to do is let's position it to absolute and also top, let's say -99, and also let's give it a opacity of 0, and let's give it a visibility hidden, a width from 0, and height of 0. So it is say that if this select the sidebar, which is inside here. we are going to display to okay. let's see. Respond, save code. Okay, so here we can see Wikipedia is when and last word of one. Okay, we are going to select now cell. So what we're going to do is we're going to option sticky top 0 0 and we are also going to put z index 90 and let's select the logo and also now the menu video. So we are also going to come over here to customize. So what we're going to do, we are going to make sure that everything looks good. So you see it is showing here. So even this is also showing here. So before I continue, I need to write a sharp style for the what is it called, for the main container. So let's say main container res. Let's say res on save. Okay. Good. Okay. So here we are going to go ahead style the main container. So what I'm going to do is let's say media here. Okay. Going to say only screen and max weight 1 pixel. Let's go ahead and select the name. So as for this name, we're going to say the panel length should be 0. And so let's say it's okay, so let's here. Let's come back here. And what we're going to do is straightforward right here. Right? So what we're going to do here right now is that we are also going to, if we keep on shredding this search button is not well placed, it becomes too small. So we're going to do media here. Only screen. And let's see. And that's max. So the max is 600. We are going to see now. And let's select the search now. Let's place to that's cool, guys. So that will be awesome. Okay. So we now have everything functioning the way we wish it should function, and we are going to go ahead and do the rest of the thing, and that is awesome. So see, everything is looking cool, and as we go, it comes this way, and you can open the sidebar and close the sidebar, and see how it looks like on mobile. So it is very, very responsive, guys. This is a responsive code. It looks cool. It looks cool, guys. Okay, so let's keep on moving. So this is the code. So let's come back to this, and I'm going to squeeze this. Okay, and let's go to the next session. So let's create container. I'm going to comment here container start and okay. Now the right next thing we're going to do is, let's say container. Let me use section for this. Let's say section dot container. Okay, so I'm going to comment here again. Let's call it first column start here, and let's do first column end. Here I'm going to create a column. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate this thing, duplicate it, and I'm going to say here second, and let's change this one to second also. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and create something. I'm going to use H2 here. Let's give it a class of title, and I'm going to save my virtual car, and right here I'm going to give it what we call visa car, and let's say visa uh, card inner. So for this visa card inner, I'm going to create a front. Sorry, I'm going to create front, and I'm also going to create back. Okay, so but first of all, let's work on the front. So when we're done with the front, we'll go to the back then. So let's say image here. I'm going to be using an image called asset. Then let's say word.svg, and I'm going to call this a map ng. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to create a row. The row I'm going to create here, I'm going to create this ing here, and I will give it asset. Let me say chip. I'm going to give it a class of icon, and also let's create img again, and I'm going to say asset, and I'm going to say visa, and we are also going to give it a class of let's say icon. Okay, that is awesome. So the next thing we're going to do after that is let's create a row again, and I'm going to call this a card and O. So I'm going to create a paragraph here. So the first paragraph, I'm going to write 5, 6, 6, 7, and let's duplicate this. I'm going to change this one to 3, 4, 3, 4, let's say 2, okay, 3, 4, 2, 5, and anyone, can just say 1938 here, and let's change this one to something 89, 39. Awesome. So we are done with that. Let's create another row again. So this row I'm creating now, I'm going to call it the tab folder. Okay, and here I'm going to say P. Let's say card holder, and I'm going to duplicate again, and I'm going to say valid here. Okay, now let's create another row, and let's say main. So I'm going to say P here. I'm going to say Emmanuel is there, and let's duplicate. I'm going to write 427 here, and the next thing we need to do is to create another. There's no need of creating any other row here, so we are actually done with the front. So this is the front from here to here, and let's come to the back. So here on the back, as usual, let's create this. Let's say assets, and let's say what the PNG. We'll give it that same class of image. So the next thing we need to do is we're going to create a bar. Okay, so after the bar, let's create a row, and let's say card CVV, and within this card CVV, let's create this. I'm going to create IMG within this, and here I'm going to add assets and add the pattern. Awesome. Now the next thing we need to do after this is, let's say P, and let's say 567, and that is cool. So after that, what do we call this now? This card RBB. All right. We need to do something else. So I'm going to create a row here, and let's say card text. So here in the card text, I am going to say P here, and let me go to, let me just say P. Let's say access to funds, seamless financial management. Okay, awesome. So we're done with this card test of the thing. So what I'm going to do right now is, let's create another row here, and let's call it a signature. Okay, and I'm going to say P customer signature, and I'm going to create an here, and let's say asset and visa, and let's give it a class name of icon. That was cool. So the next thing we need to do after this is to go and then style this. All right, so let's go and style it. So we have a visa card from here all the way to here, right? So let's comment Just go ahead and style it. So what I'm going to do is before this one, I'm going to say here, let's say container start, and container end, and what we need to do is I'm going to say container here, and let's display the grid. But before then, take a look at this. You see, it doesn't make any sense, right? Beautiful down here, but it doesn't make any sense. So we need to write some style for it for this to work perfectly fine. So I want to say grid template columns, right? Let's say 400 pixel again auto, and also let's say padding one, let's say 70 pixel. Now let's say container, then the column. So for the columns within the container, I'll give it a padding of 20 pixel, and let's say container again. And the title, I'm going to give it imagine button of 40 pixel. Okay. As for the icon, okay, so we're going to give it a width of 45 pixel, and let's say container again. As for the row, we're going to display it to reflect align the items to the center, and specify the content displays between. Okay. So we're also going to be having the other things within that. Let's just write the code now. Let's say container. Then we're going to be having a currency within it. Okay. And we are going to say that we need the font size of the currency to be 33 people, and font weight to be 500, and also the color of bar definitely okay. And let's select the input. So for the input, we're going to make them to be +1, and the font size of the 33 people, and also the font weight for 500. Now also within this container, we're going to be having a profile. Okay, and for this profile, I'm going to give it a weight of 1.5 gram, and also a height of 1.5 gram outside. So what we'll do now, let's duplicate this and send it to name, then match, and also match. So we are done with that. So let's select the Visa card. Okay, Visa card start, and Visa card right outside that. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to select the Visa card, and let's give it a height of let's see 30 picture, and the color of bar color white,
And we're also going to give it a perspective of 1,000 people. That's a user card dinner. So for the user card dinner, we're going to give it a width 100% and also a height of 100%. Let's give it a position of quality. And also let's transform the condition. So for the condition, I'm going to transform it. So in 1 second, and we're going to transform let's say style, transform style, and let's say without trivia. So let's say user tab dot font, and let's say user tab dot back. We have some style command, so let's write the style. So let's say the name is 100%. Also the height should be 100%. And the background image, let's use the linear gradient. Let's say 45 and the interface color. So 5, and let's say C7, and let's say bar camera. Awesome. Now the next thing we need to do is just position it as save. And the next thing we need to do is to save the top 0, the left 0. Also, let's give it a padding of 20 0, 32 0, and we're going to reduce that for 15 0, and also let's give it a flow, of video, and let's give it a Z index that is very high, and also let's give it a dark face visibility feeling. And the next thing we need to do right now is to give it a box sample of graph sample 3. Awesome. So the next thing we need to do after this is let's say this account, then the map ing. We need to give it a weight of 100%, and also position it absolute, and with the top of 0, and left of 0, and capacity of 0.2 here. And next, we are also going to give it a Z index of 1. Awesome. So let's see visibility card again, and we're going to say card number. So for the card number, we give it a font size of 20 pixels, and the margin of 30 pixels. Okay, and this is card for the card holder. We need to make it the front side of front side of the computer, and the margin of 30 pixels. Now we are going to access the data.net. Okay, for the name we need to give it a front side of 15 pixels and the margin top of 20 pixels. Now it's a tab, then the bar. Let's give the bar a background of bar color black, and also just give it the margin of 0 and -42, and also give it something like a height of 40 Awesome. So the next thing we need to do is set up, and let's path CDD. So for the path CDD, let's do the margin of 20 pv, and the background of bar UI base, and next thing we're going to do is let's say user card, then path CDD, then the bid. For the bid, we're going to flag it to 1. And the next thing we need to do is let's say user card again, then the card CDD, let's start the image. So for the image, we give it to this 100%, and the font size of 18 pixels, and also let's give it to padding of 10 pixels. Okay, let's not do this way. We give it a weight of sorry, this is a mistake. So let's say the size of 40 pixels, the line height of 0. Okay, and let's say user card, then the card CDD again. For the paragraph, we need to give it a color dark, that's okay, and let's give it a font size of 15, and the padding of 10 pixels, 20 pixels. Alright, so now let's see here. We set that dot yes. We are going to do this with font size and font bigger, the margin of 0.5. Now publish, let's see different tab, the signature. So for the signature, we are going to do on top of the different tab, for the back, then the page 1. Here, so the angle will be the angle that the facing was is good. Okay, awesome. Now we're going to see that if these are over them, we are going to select the visa card tuner. Transform it by giving it the page y and 4. Awesome. Now let's see how this works. Let me expand it. Look at it. Cool. This is cool, guys. And we can have our sidebar open and all of that. And you see that? So, that is awesome. We have successfully created this tab, and let's go to the next section.
to the next session, right? And create the next one. So this is it. Alright. So let's come back here, and I'm going to squeeze this guy. So let's come back here. So the next one we're going to create is send money. It's called the send money, and I'm going to use H2 and create a title. So the title will be send money. Okay, so here I'm going to create a row, and I'm going to give it a balance class. So here, let's say div. My balance will be let's say 56,000 here, and the next one is let's say span. I'm going to give this one a class of success, and I'm going to write here plus 2.03%. And next, I'm going to say right here, that will be about the 1.17. And the next thing I'm going to do after this is let's come over here and let's create a button, and let's call it add bank ATM. And within this button, I'm going to create an img, and I'm going to use an asset image called master. And after that, I'm going to write add here. Awesome. So after this balance row, let's create another one called amount. Okay, so for this, I'm going to create a row, and I'm going to give it a class of user. So I'm going to create here a profile, and let's say img. So this should be profile. Okay. So within this profile, we are going to add the assets and profile, and after the profile, let's say p.method. So for the method, we're going to say enter the amount. Alright. So after we are done with this user row, let's create another rule again. Let's call it price input. Okay. For this price input, I'm going to say p.currency, and we're going to add this here, and let's say input, and let's say the placeholder will be 0.00. Yeah. And next thing we need to do is let's create a row here, and here in this row I'm going to create a profile, and within the profile let's add an image. I'm going to say ng flag. Right, I'm going to duplicate this here, and I'm going to change this one to let's say US flag. Okay, and that is awesome. So after we have done all of this uh, uh, for the amount. So you see the amount start from here and ends here, right? So let's come over here and let's create another row and let's call it silver. Okay, so here I'm going to create a profile again. So here I'm going to say ing and asset, and let's say receiver png, and after that I'm going to use history dot name, and let's say Jennifer is here, and we are going to create a rounded icon here, and let's say data, and there is it after. So after that we need to create another thing that is going to make this awesome, right? Let's create the button here, the button here. So I'm going to create button dot btn. So here I'm going to say send money. Okay, and let's give this some other class name. So let's say btn primary, and also let's give it send money btn. Awesome. So we have done with this setup. Okay, so let's go now and write some code. So I'm going to first of all copy this and let's come here. So I'm going to comment and let's say send money start. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's add in here. Here, and I'm going to say send money. I'll give it a margin top of 60 pixels. Now let's select the balance. So for the balance, I'll give it a padding of 20 pixels, a box shadow of shadow 1, and the border radius 20 pixels, and overflow of hidden. Now the next thing is, let's say balance dot add font btn. Let's display it to be flex, align the items to the center, font sizes to 16 pixels, and let's give it a padding 10 pixels, 20 pixels, and let's give it a border radius of 20 pixels, and the box shadow of shadow 2. Awesome. So not what we're gonna do right now. Let's make it background of var UI base and color of var text color. Now let's say balance in the icon. We are going to make the word to the 30 people, and that will be awesome. So what we need to do is we need to add an icon to this guy, this MasterCard or whatever. So let's come over here and look at it here. Let's add a class and give it an icon, and that will be
So now that we have done that, let's keep on writing the code. So the next thing I'm going to select is the amount. Okay, so for the amount, I'm going to give it a panel, 10 people, 20 people, and imagine top of 40 people, and also let me give it a border limit of 20 people, and a box shadow of shadow 2, and also a background of UI base. Now amount dot user, okay, for the user, we need to give it some specified content of red stars, and also let's give it a graph of 10 pixels. Now let's start the price input. Okay, for the price input, uh, let's justify the contents also to red stars, and also let's give it a margin of 20 pixels, and we use 100%. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and start the receiver. So for the receiver, we need to margin top of 40 people, and the padding of 10 people, 20 people, and we justify content of less staff. Also, let's give it a gap of 10 people. All right. Let's say receiver, and add on let's say rounded icon region. So we're going to give it imagine left of auto, and also let's give it a background of the IDEA. So we're going to say var, okay, and that will be awesome, right? And the next thing we're going to do is to give it a color of the var primary. Awesome. So the next thing after that is, let's say, same money BTN. So as for this, we're going to display the block, and we are also going to give it a root 80%, and we're going to give it a margin of 30 people of awesome. So this is cool, guys. This is awesome, and this is how this looks like. And it makes a lot of sense. So this is how it looks like currently, and we are still making progress, right? So we are making progress. Now let's go back and start the next point. So this is it. Now I'm going to squeeze with send money. Let's squeeze it, and let's come back to it. Sorry. So let's go ahead and create another one. We'll call this one quick transfer. Okay, so within here, we're going to use H2 as usual and create the title. And let's call it the quick transfer. And I'm going to give it a row, and let's say available balance.
and p.meter. Let's say balance. Okay. And let's say h1, and I'm going to say 56p. 56p. Alright. And after this, let's create another thing here. I'm going to call this one the transfer input, and right here I'm going to say p.meter, and let's say enter amount, and let's see row. So here in the row, I'm going to create p.currency. Okay, and I'm going to add currency, and also let's create an input, and I'm going to give it a placeholder of 0.00. And next, after that, let's create a row. So within this row, I'm going to create a profile, and let's create an image. Let's say assets, let's say ng flag, and I'm going to give it I'm going to just duplicate, and let's say US flag. All right, and that is cool. So after that, after this what is it called, quick transfer, which is ending here, let's create another row, and let's see action buttons. So right here, I'm going to create an icon, and I'm going to create rounded icon begin. So I'm going to create this, and let's give this icon picture receive. Let's hit send. Okay, and after that, let's say p.meter. I'm going to write send to this. So what I'm going to do is to highlight this and duplicate, and duplicate again, and again, let's do it again. So let's change this one. So this one I'm going to say and icon, and okay, let's say hand coins, right? And I'm going to say receive. Okay, and this one, let's change it to full text. Okay, and let's say invoice, and this one, let's change this one to group, and we are going to say more. Okay, and that is it. So this is it, and this is how it looks like, very scattered, and we need to write some code for it. So let's select this guy, and let's come here, and let's commit. Let's say quick transfer start, and we are going to just quick transfer here, right? Here. So I'm going to select the quick transfer, and let's give it a padding of 20 pixel and a border of solid, and let's say 1.5 pixel border. The next thing is the margin top. Let's say 40 pixel, and let's say color radius should be 20 pixel. Next, let's say quick transfer of available balance. Okay, so for the available balance, we are going to give it a margin pattern of 40 pixel, and let's go ahead and say quick transfer again, and let's say transfer input. So for the transfer input, we're going to give it a border of solid 1.5 pixel bar, and let's give it a padding of 20 pixel, and also a border radius of 20 pixel. Next, we are going to quick transfer. Then let's say transfer input. Let's have a paragraph. So for the paragraph, we are going to do it in the bottom of 10 pixel. And again, quick transfer, and we are going to see action buttons. So for this action buttons, we are going to give it a margin top of 40 pixel and a padding of 20 pixel, and center line of the center. Okay. Next, let's select the rounded. Okay, so here we're going to give it a width of 2.5 length, and also a height of 2.5 length, and that is pretty guys. And to make sure that everything is fine, we just add this new name, and let's say add marks here, and also add marks here. That is awesome. And the next thing we need to do is to give it a border of solid 1.5 pixel bar border, and let's display it to the left, and we align the icons to the center, specify the content to the center also, and create a margin of the border. Let's say the margin button 20 pixel, the border radius of 20 pixel. So this is how it looks like, but okay, so this doesn't affect anything. It's just okay, and we can now move on to other part. So what I would do is to come here, and let's say the item, and let's do the transition. Transition, and also let's do the cursor pointer. So let's say that's a quick transfer, and I turn the color. We need to turn the color
to the format, and that is awesome. You see that? Also, let's make the paragraph also be have it the same color. So item over, and we select the meter of the paragraph, and we change the color also to black, and awesome. Then instead of doing this way, you see this color, this here, and also this area, they are the same thing. So instead of doing this way, why not just copy this on there, paste it, and delete this one. See, they are just the same thing, and that is cool, guys. So we have come to the end of this. So look at this. We can add prices here. Also here we can add but this is 3 times. So we come over here, and let's say send money, and the inputs just want to remove one. Okay, and it's two. Okay, so we are done with this section. So I'm going to click here, and let's click this also, and that is cool. Awesome. So we are done with this part. That is cool. So we'll go to the next section now. Go to the next section. So in fact, we are done with this this guy. So let's just squeeze it. This is the first column. So now let's come to the second column. So here in the second column, we're going to create something called cash flow. So I'm going to create another thing called cash flow header. So here in the header, we are going to create h2.title, and let's call it cash flow. And after that, let's create a row, and let's say ground gradient, and let's say grounded icon gradient. Okay, and to see I, and let's see data, and let's say trending up, and let's say class icon. Okay, and what we're going to do right now is let's duplicate this, and right now I'm going to change this one to something like let's say chart column, let's say start. Okay, that's awesome. So it starts from here and ends here. Right, that's for the header. And let's create another one. Let's say friend report. So for this friend report, I'm going to I thought I'm just going to what I do here is just to copy this and copy this and paste it here. Awesome. So as I have pasted here, I'm going to also do this ATM okay, and paste it. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to save this to here. Let's say save this. Okay. Let's paste this here, and I'm going to problem here is that I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use this. Okay. So I'm going to add primary here. Okay. Let's use the success. So let's say plus 2.03%, and also that is cool. So look at it now, and it makes sense. What we're going to do now, let's take a look at it. So you see how it looks like, and what we need to do next is we need to add chat JS to this. So I'm going to come to the browser, search for chat, chat. Okay, so sorry, new chat, and we'll pass the CTS, and also we're going to pass the configuration. Yeah, in the configuration, the first thing I'm going to pass is the type. So the type will be line, right? And the next thing is the data, and after the data, the next thing I'm going to pass is the options, right? So let's take a look at how this works and make use of it properly. So let's start with the data. So I'm going to come here, and you can see nothing is showing here, nothing is showing, everything is just blank. So first, let's start with labels. Okay, so here I'm going to start with out as for March, and I'm going to say April, and I'm going to add May, and I'm going to add June, and July. Okay, let's put it here, and I will not be reaching the same, but let me just step out the toolbar here. Okay, and the next thing we need to add is uh, the data set. So let's say data set. Yeah. So for the data set, we are going to do this. So we are going to add the data. So for the data, let's say we are going to say it started from 3, to let's say 5, 4, and it also went up to 19, and from there it went up to 20, and let's say 17 and 15, sorry, 17, 15, and also let's say 21. Awesome. Now let's say the border width should be 2, and also the border color should be this. Let's use the primary color, which is 1, 5, 7, D, F, 8. And we're also going to see line uh, line tension. Line tension, we're going to give it 0.8. And the next thing we need to do is to say fill. Set it to 2. And let's say background color. For this background color, I'm going to pass context here, and I'm going to return this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say const chat will be equal to context dot chat, and what I'm going to do is let's say const let's say C3F, and let's also give the chat area. Okay, so now that I've gotten the chat area, we are going to see here that if not chat area, then it should return. Else, we need to create something here. Alright, we need to create something here. Let's come up here and create the function. So let's create const. I'm going to call it date gradient. What we're going to pass to this date gradient is the PTX and also the chart area. Okay. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to say let gradient here. The gradient should be equal to CPX dot rate linear gradient, and the linear gradient we're going to create is going to be this way. We're going to say chart area dot bottom and comma, and let's say 0 again, and let's say chart area dot top. Okay, now it's awesome. So let's see, and this is how it is. So I'm going to say gradient dot add color stop. So for the color stop here, I'm going to say 0.9, and I'm going to use an RGB, and right here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say 21, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 4, 3, and we're going to say 0.2. Okay, and again, let's say gradient of add color stuff again. With let's say 0 here, and we're going to say and awesome. So now I'm going to call this guy here. But before then, let's return the gradient. Let's return gradient. Okay. So I'm going to return this here. I'm going to return. I'm going to pass the CTX and the chat area. And this is how it looks like. Okay. So this looks good. And this is it right now. So how it looks like. It's very awesome. Looking cool. So now we need to pass the options, right? So take a look at everything. Now let's go ahead and pass the options. So the first option I'm going to pass is responsive. For the responsiveness, I don't know if it's also first. And let's fill it. We're going to say that y. We are going to scale this y to begin. If you take a look at this, it doesn't make sense. For example, let's say begin at 0, right? At 0, we're going to say it should be 2. Okay. And the next thing we need to do to make this work is that we need a plugin. So the plugin we are going to add is let's come over here. Let's add the plug things. So for the plugin, let's add a legend to it. Let's display it to, to the top. Okay, and now it's good. Awesome. So right now it's now responsive. It's now going to be very responsive. Can you see that? So that is awesome. 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 So we are done with this. Let's go ahead and style it like this. Yeah. Let me close it for now, and let's go ahead and style this cash flow. So let's come here, and I'm going to comment. Okay. So let's see. Cash flow start. Then cash flow end. And the next thing we need to do is let's say cash flow, and let's say brand details, and I'm going to do it gap of page video. And the next thing we are going to do, you see, we just type this guy. So the next thing I want to do is I want to say cash flow the icon. We are going to give it a weight of 18 pixel and a height of 18 pixel. Okay, and next, let's say cash flow, then the trend report tire. I'm going to do it in margin button 30 pixel and we justify content of let's start the gap of and easy. Awesome. That is cool. So we have this template, and that is the end of that section. That is the end of the section, and that's cool. So let's go ahead and create the other sections. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's come here, and I'm going to use this cash flow thing. Question we are going to work on right now is what we call, let's call it statistics. Let's see the, so I'm going to create the statistics, and also I'm going to create, after we create a statistic, we are also going to create a contact history. Okay, and that is good. So what we're going to do first is let's come over here and work on this statistics. So I'm going to say this to the title, and I'm going to say statistics, and let's create boxes here, and let's create a box. So within this box, I'm going to say rounded icon ATM, and I'm going to use an icon. So this data you see, and we're going to see this, and hopefully blank, let's see plus, and also let's go ahead and see class. Let's see icon here, and let's see Bingo. Awesome. So after this, let's create a group, and here in this group, I'm going to use page 4, and I'm going to see 357 here, and let's see p.meter, and let's call it user first. Okay, now it's cool. So this box, I'm going to just copy it. Okay, and we are going to paste. Okay, so now that we paste, I am going to change this to another one. I'm going to say flag, and I'm going to change this one to summary, and let's change this value here, 20 countries, and let's change this to something like global, let's say global reach, and let's come over here. I'm going to change this icon, something else. So let's say cycle dollar sign, and I'm going to change this to subject. Okay, and let's change this on to 1.3m, and let's change these to transactions. Okay, and next let's open like this, and I'm going to change this one to something like star, And let's see here, let's change this up to warning. And what we're going to do here is let's change this to click. And let me change this one to something like let's see reviews. Yeah, and that is cool. So you see how it looks currently, and that is awesome. So let's come to this second one, which is the contact history. So here I'm going to create a row, and at the same time I'm going to do this the class of contact history order. Here, now that I have it, I'm going to see page 2.52, and let's call it the contact history. Okay, so after this, let's create a row, and I'm going to create rounded icon BTM, and let's create an icon. Let's go ahead and give it a bit. Let me just say pencil. This one is the pencil, and let's give it a class of icon here. And I want to duplicate this. Let's duplicate this, and as I duplicate it, I'm going to change it into search. Okay, and it's awesome. So we come out of the head, and we are going to create something after the head. So I'm going to say p dot created. So here I'm going to say 25 new contact out. Okay. Let's see again. Then the next thing I'm going to do is let's create the profile container. Now that I have a profile container, let's create a row for user. So I'm going to have a profile. So let's add an image. So the image will be from asset, and I'm going to add the user one. And after this, let's create a view. So within this view, I'm going to use page 3. Let's say basic car. And let's go ahead and use the dot widget, and let's add the price because it's contributor. So for this, I'm going to copy this, and let's space this out. So now that we space this out, I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to change this one to user 2. Okay, so let's leave it 2. Let's change the name to something like Sandbar, and let's change this to 40, and let's paste this again, and let's change it to user 3. Let's change the name to something like Linda, and for the money, let's say $70.5. And let's come over here, close this, and leave it 2, and let's come over here, and let's see units, and let's say 120 dollars. Awesome. So we have this in place. We have all of this in place. Let's go ahead and write some style for it and see how it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and write some styles. So let's come here and right here. So right here, let's comment. Let's see. So it's good. Good. So start. No. Let's see in here. And we are going to select the statistic grid and let's display it to the grid and after give it a grid template column of repeat C one FR. Also let's give it a down of 30 people. Okay, let's give it a margin top of 40 people. Now let's see statistic grid that boxes. We also need to display the grid price and also the grid template column of the grid is and the left thing we're going to do is let's select the box. So for the box, we're going to do the exact outline of center and let's do the margin. Okay. And the next thing we need to do is let's select the status fix. We select the round over. So here we are going to make a view with 3 here, 5 here, and we are going to leave it here, here, mask, and that's good. So let's give it a margin also, and margin button 22. So let's go ahead and select the contact history, and within this contact history, let's say contact history header, and we're going to align the items with where start. So we're trying to align this header to the left start and that is good. So let's come over to see contact history. So click file container, the file container which is here, this one. Okay. Container. We are going to give it shadow. The next thing we're going to do is let's say contact history. Let's say okay, the user can justify the contact that starts and the take that of people and also give it a margin of 20. Awesome. Now, the next thing we need to do is also contact user and the profile itself. So for the profile, let's make it a weight of Sweden and the height of Sweden. Let's make this down and let's say this to me. And math and also math. Okay. And what we need to do here is again is to select the mixture, the user, the mixture. I want to give it the size of that mixture. And that is awesome. Okay, so let's see how it looks like. So you see how this looks like, and this is cool, guys. Okay, so this one they need cards within them, which is the boxes, right? So for the boxes, we need to give it some gap so that it will not be too close to each other. So let's come here. Let's give it some gap on the gap. So that needs to be too close to each other. And that is awesome. So also for that box, for the box, we need to also reduce the size of whatever that is there. But now let's do something here. Let's put this back when there is no enough space. So let's come over here. Let's start this thing. The responsive code. So I'm going to write a responsive code for this statistic with that saying Australia and then let's say and let's do the statistic with percent. This is how it looks like. It's my last thing, and that is awesome. So we are done with this, and let's go to the next section. This is cool, guys. Awesome. So now we will go to the next section, and I'm going to just do this. Let's do this one. In the next section, we're going to be creating. So let's see, let's call it transactions. So within this transaction, we're going to use HT constantly. And let's say we send transactions. And let's create the table. And let's say key-value. That is cool. So here now I'm going to go back to the JavaScript file. Let's write some code here, the JavaScript file. So let's say that this is the transactions. So let's say transactions. So we're going to see codes. Relative from transactions will be equal to this. So here I'm going to have number one in the status, let's see now, for example, I'm going to have the name, and I'm going to have the image here, and I'm going to have the email, and let's also have the date. So now, let's have the month. So this I'm going to copy. I'm going to just duplicate this to 1, 2, 3 month, 3 months. Okay. So let me start with this. Let's say the image will be JPG. The email will be email.com. Dates now will be new date dot see local date, okay, and the amount will be now be say 20. So here I'm going to just copy these dates and paste it here, and we're going to change this statistic, and I'm going to say James. Let's see this stuff. This stuff that you can do. Also, James 0.com, and let's leave an amount of $50. Okay. The next one, let's take this here. Okay. I'm going to say only here, patience, and let's give it an image. So the image will be just, let's see, assets, and let's say pay bar, and we are going to say all amount in the one. Let's say $100 here. Now this one we're going to change status to 0. Down there. I'm going to paste this. Let's bring it first. Okay. The image now. Let's say assets. Let's say click file. PNG. But then if it is done at Cassie, then I'm going to say manual. Let's see. Sorry. So I think we need to fix partial flexibility just let's do this with okay, so let's say that okay, right, use $5. Yeah. So now that we have done this, created this, let's output transactions. So we're going to say transactions dot for each. So for this for each, we're going to do the data. We are going to say this. Return this. So I'm going to say documents dot a letter. I'm going to select transactions dot table tv. Yeah. So I'm going to say dot inner adjacent adjacent together. So here I'm going to add this flag before and right here we are going to add the code. Okay, so right here, first code I'm going to create, we have, let's close it one. Okay, so as you can see, nothing is here, it's just approved currently. I'm going to create a TV. Let's create a TV. No, need to multiply it. Okay, so for this TV, within this one, I'm going to create a V. Let's close the V. Here, I'm going to create energy. Okay, and let's create the energy. So here I'm going to add this here on return dot image and every basic class for the I'm also going to do this class of let's say, sorry, this is not the class. Okay, let's also give this a class of new nice. Okay, it's cool. Awesome. So after we are done with this, the next thing we need to do is we need to create another one. So I'm going to move this down and right here we are going to create another one. Here there's no need of bringing this down to this extent. I'll just say title. Title will be let's say data and I'm also going to output the name. But before I do that, let me just copy this class and paste it here. And right here, I am going to add the name that's saying data of name. Okay, that's good. So this thing is supposed to be uploaded right now, but it's not yet return anything. So I guess there is no. Okay, so this is also an error. So let's say insert, right? Insert add recent HTML JavaScript. Okay, so I expect this to be showing something right now, but it is not yet showing anything. So everything seems cool, and I will start working immediately. Okay, so let's continue. So let me come back to this. Okay, so this is transactions. Okay, so you see we are now seeing that something inside transactions. Okay, so for this third, let me come to this third one. For the third one, let's update it dot it, and right here we are going to paste nice, and also this one for the email. That's the title. It will be data dot let's give it email. Okay. And right now I am going to do something here. Let's create a function here. Let's create a function. Let's call it shorten text formatter. We're going to pass the text and also the max length. And what we are going to do here is we are going to return text dot length. If text dot length is equal to 1, if text dot length is greater than max length, we are going to return this plus let's say text dot slice. Okay. Text dot slice. We are going to minus max length. Okay. Or say text. So here I'm going to say shorten. I'm going to pass data dot email here, and also I'm going to pass 11. That is awesome. So if you shorten it for me, make it shorter, and reach it up, it makes it somehow shorter. So after that, we need to move on. So I'm going to just duplicate this over time, and I'm going to see right here. We are going to see data dot amount. Let's say data dot amount. Okay, so right here we are going to create a div. So right here in this div, let's see, close it. So right here, I'm going to create something. Uh, First of all, we need to say const. Let's say let status get equal to data or status. If it is equal to 1, then we are going to return success. Else, if data or status is equal to 0, we return failed. Else, uh, we return failed session. That's good. So, what we're going to do here right now is this. Uh, sorry, okay, we have the session. So here I'm going to say that I want to create a class of star this. That's right. Start with that. Okay. Now we have our code right here. So what we need to do now is to write the CSS tags for our transaction. So we're going to write CSS tag right now. So we are going to comment right here, right? We're going to say transaction start. And we write the end here. What I do is what I'll do is I'll start by saying transaction. We need to give it a margin of 40 people and also the box shadow var shadow. Let's say shadow 1 and let's give it a border to reduce up to 20 people. Next, let's say transactions and we're going to start the title. For the title, we're going to give it a tab. And let's type the table. So for the table, we're going to give it a width of 100% and a font size of 12 people. So we are also going to start the table TV. We're going to take some language to the center and let's give it a padding of 20 font width of and also come from the link of open and that is good. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start the profile, isn't it? So for the profile, I'm going to display it again in block. We're also going to start table as a table. Then we have subset there. So for the subset, I'm going to give it a column bar column subset. Okay. And we're going to give it a background. I'll give it here. So I'm going to say I'm going to say point feature. And we're going to change this to color subset. video. Let's connect this. Next, let's use a padding of 550 and the border radius of 850. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to change this to fill. 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 I'm going to use color and here, and then we duplicate it and let's see. And I'm going to say yeah, and that is so we have gotten those things, and let's take a look at it. You see that? This is just awesome, guys. This is awesome. That's awesome. So all we're gonna do right now is let's see. Let's find CD. Okay. I'm going to see here media. Okay. Spin. Of 600 people, we need to select conversions, then the table, then we need to select the table, and also the menu. Nice. We need to display the no. That is okay for us. So we were going to see that in action soon. So let me come over here, and we're going to add a media query here, and this container responsive query. So the media query we're going to add here is that at 900 people, we need the container to have the that is awesome, guys. As you can see, it makes sense. You see that? And right here are some things, other things which are not allowed to display, not display. And it just makes a lot of sense. Okay. So for the title, I think we should increase this to something like 20 people. Okay, and that makes sense. So, that is it. We have our sidebar here. Okay, so what we need to do is see when we expand, it begins to expand on its own. Makes a lot of sense. So now we want to work on the light mode and the dark mode. So let's work on that, and that will bring us to the end. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to search for that. First of all, let me squeeze this. So we can also go ahead and squeeze this. And let's come to here. So if you take a look, you will see that right here we have this dark mode and the light mode switch. So I'm going to create a code that will make it to actually work. All right. So right there, let's go ahead and give this one class name of Team Turbo, or we can even make this an ID. So let's say Team Switch, also Team Switch. So let's say come here and let's come over there and let's say switch. So what we need to do right here is we need to say pass in switch and let's say document dot get element by ID. We pass it to switch and let's say const HTML. We need to give the HTML, which is the document dot first element child. And if you take a look at our CSS code here, you see that when HTML has a class dark, it will use its variable. Alright, so let's switch that. So we're going to say that on team switch.com click, we're going to do this. We're going to say HTML for class list dot let's say toggle, let's say dark. Okay, that makes sense. So this is it. Now let's test what we have done so far and refresh. So let's come here, click this, see, comes to dark mode. Awesome, guys. And when we click on it again, it comes to light mode. Awesome, guys. So this is it. We have come to an end of this, and that makes sense. So thank you guys for watching, guys. Thank you for watching to end. And look at it. Awesome. And we have this. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so this is the end, and make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching, and we have come to the end. Yeah, bye.